Hi guys. Are you looking for a medical career in Germany? Are you a doctor abroad and wish to make a career in Germany, or a medical student or an intern looking for post graduation in Germany? For you, this video will not provide much value because this video is about my journey where I am going to reflect about my choice of coming to Germany, and I'm making this video because I have lived here in last 10 years, like 10 and a half years maybe. And in these 10 years, I have passed my approbation exam, my Notarzt exam, my Facharzt exam, and now, just 2 days back, my specialist orthopedics exam. Now, about the specialist orthopedic exam, let us not confuse this with the Facharzt exam. Facharzt is basically completion of training. With that, you become a specialist. That means you become an orthopedic surgeon, for example. But with the specialist exam, the Zusatzbezeichnung it is called, you become a super specialist. That is an additional fellowship, you can consider it like that. It's a fellowship exam. So that I took a couple of days back, and fortunately I passed the exam. So I thought to reflect on the journey and the choice that I made in the year 2013 to move to Germany. Now, why I made this choice that time? What were the options in front of me? As I said, if you are in the planning phase, thinking about Germany, then you might continue watching. If you're already decided, then no point because your decision is made. Or if you've already decided for another country, then also no point because this is my personal journey. So let us begin in 2013. In 2012, I was working as a government gazetted medical officer in a district in Pune in Maharashtra, as a bond candidate because I've studied in a government medical college, so I had a bond of 1 year. I did that, and before that, as a background, I was a USMLE aspirant. That means I had went to the USA, done my electives over there, took the USMLE exams, and after the exams, I realized that those exams, the scores that I have gotten on the USMLE, without much research work, without much contacts, without much financial backing that it would take to continue like 2 years of research assistantship over there unpaid. So that dream of becoming a surgeon in the US was not possible for me. And that then because of that, I started cutting my losses and changed my plan. And this transition, since 1 year of bond was compulsory, I said, okay, let me go back, do the bond. At least I save that bond money, plus I earn salary during that time and I can think around it. And during my time as a medical officer, I started researching about other career opportunities. And Germany came as one of the options. Initially, when I looked Germany and compared it to US, it was not very convincing because in US you think about, okay, $500,000 for a trained like a surgeon. After 5 years of training, you become an attending and earn like so much money. So that is very exciting and attracting. And in Germany, on the other side, was like, okay, what, like 100,000 as a Oberarzt, 150,000 euros. So, in comparison to US, Germany pays you, say, 1/3. Okay. So that is now in the lifestyle and the expenses that also comes into picture, but let's not go into that. We'll stay with the plain numbers right now. So US pays you like at least double than what you earn in Europe or in Germany. Okay, so that way it was not very exciting. Plus the hurdle of language that you have to learn a new language. So that also was demotivating, that why should I now at this age of 26, 27 now again start learning a language and then move to different country where the culture I don't know. Because thing is that in India we watch lots of like British movies or American movies and we know the culture, like it's from the books and everything, we know how it is over there and because of the similar language. But about Germany, people don't know much. Okay, now there has been an influx of Indian diaspora in Germany last few years. From the government side also there has been support, but initially back in the day, 10 years back, nobody knew much about Germany. Like people just heard, okay, it's a country, plays good football, that's all, and has good cars. So and the automobile industry. So that was all it's known about Germany. Nothing more about that. Nothing more on a career side and the lifestyle side that was not known to me at least. Okay. So but uh, as I said, other option was to go to the UK. Now, getting a position in UK as training position was difficult that time. Okay, so things have changed over the period of time since NHS has lost so many doctors and things are getting like little. Even now, it is not easy. Getting a consultant position, getting completing your training job, getting a job over there is relatively simple after MRCS and MRCP. But getting into training position is still difficult. And after after 8 years, 10 years of training, becoming consultant, it's very long. So if you will ever become a consultant, is not sure over there. So, considering these facts, I consider Australia as well. Australia, friends I had in Australia, they told me that okay, you have to first take the exams. That was not a problem for me. I could take the exams. That is the best part of coming from a government medical college, passing the state or the central like entrance exams and everything. So your confidence is so high that okay, exam I can do it. I will focus on it and I will do it. That is the confidence that you have. And I had that confidence, even though my USMLE scores did not reflect that confidence, but still I had that confidence. Okay, that was a one-time thing where I have not focused very well, but because tendentially I could do that exam. Problem with USMLE is that you cannot repeat the exam if you pass the exam. So you are stuck with it for 7 years. So if you have gotten say 95 percentile, so you cannot do the exam again to get 99 percentile. So that is the problem over there. So I said, okay, Australia can be done. But then later on, I found out, searching the internet, talking to friends, that there getting into training there as well is difficult. They will put you into as a registrar position in area of need in some desert somewhere where nobody wants to live and work, and then you have to work your way up, getting into some city with a training position. So that was also less interesting to me, even though the language was a good factor over there, that you could like communicate in English, so that would not be much of a problem. So these were the options that I considered. Canada I did not consider because getting into training positions and everything is very restricted over there. That is what I found out in the internet that time. So US was cancelled. Because US cancelled me, basically I said that okay, I'm not going to make it. So I did not want to invest more money and more time in that. Uh, that was about the US. Canada was not very appealing to me. Australia, because of the area of need and getting into residency was difficult. That's why I did not choose Australia. And then the UK was again the same problem, become getting into training position. So ultimately, what I the conclusion that I came to is getting a job as a doctor was relatively easy, but getting into training position where you could work, because in Middle East, Dubai, for example, Abu Dhabi or the Oman, uh, there these places also jobs are available. Many people go there, but it's not training jobs. Many of my seniors went there, and I talked to them, and they said that I mean they pay well. They pay more than what you would earn in the Europe, but that it was not training position. So that's why my focus was where I could get into a training position. Ultimately, it all came down that okay, other options have problems. I considered Germany. What were the the cons that I said? Like I said, problems for other states, other countries. What was the problem with Germany? Language was a barrier. Processes where bureaucracy was totally unknown to me, because there were not so many YouTube channels or Facebook groups talking about these things, and I was like I had to find things on the website and the language which I did not understand. So, and there were not many people who have done that already. So everyone I talked to, I remember talking to a friend who was preparing for Indian exam, and like he was doing well, like he got good ranks. So he was waiting for his counseling and everything. And I told him that okay, I'm planning for Germany. He was like, yeah, I mean, what do you know about Germany? I have never heard of somebody going to Germany. And so I said, I mean, he was thinking that I would go to some consultant and then be scammed with money. So he was like, making me cautious that be careful what are you doing, because nobody has done that in our acquaintance at least. So yeah, but then that was the leap of faith that I took, or maybe devoid of options I was, because staying in India taking the exam, that I have ruled out from my brain like during my medical studies as itself. So that never occurred to me that I would sit and prepare for Indian PG exam and get the seat over there, because all of my friends were doing that. Like many got this, and I was sure that if I could, maybe 1 year, 2 year, if I spent time and effort on that, I could get into a seat, I could get a good rank. Not sure which department, which place, those things very unclear, but I could make it because everybody in my circle was doing it and I was of the same academic caliber as they were. So that way you had a confidence that okay, if these people can do it, then if you sit and then you will also do it. But still, that I have erased it from my mind itself in 2008 when I started taking my GRE exam for the US, for a graduate record examination it is. So that is basically English and maths exam which tests your ability to get into university program in the US. So I took that exam, and that time my aim was okay, I'll go to US for MPH maybe, or maybe get into PhD, and then move my way to USMLE. And then later on, I killed that program plan as well because I thought it will too long process. Like ultimately, now when I see in background, if I have to taken that route of GRE and everything, that would still be okay. That I could go there, do my 2 years of MPH or maybe a PhD, and by the time, in reality, in life, by the time I got into PG in Germany, after 3-4 years of my completion of internship, in that time I could have done things in US as well and gotten into residency over there. So seeing in back Rückblick, in retrospect, that would also be like the same thing or maybe better than this. But that nobody knows the future what's going to come. Okay, so that you think it's going to take long, and then you say okay, I would rather not do that. Then you try something else, that does not work out, then you try something else, then that works out, but eventually takes longer than what you initially planned. So this is life that happens. Things you plan, but things don't work always according to your plan. But that does not mean that you should not plan. Obviously you should plan, because as you have learned from school, failing to plan is planning to fail. So that way, if one plan does not work, you go on plan B. Plan B does not work, plan C. So in life, I don't believe that you should only have plan A. I mean, it's very good motivational quote that, okay, have only plan A and plan B is to make plan A work. Sounds very exciting. Yeah, but in life, you should always have steps. Okay, that fallback option. And what I have realized is that people who have fallback options, or at least psychologically they have that idea, that fallback option, they do better in their original plans than people who have only one option, because with small setback they get disheartened, they get psychologically stressed, and then that furthers their depression and then reduces their performance. Now, there is lots of motivational thing about the army general who burned the bridge when he took the soldiers to the other enemy's area, that now you have to fight, and then eventually they won. So they're true, agree. I've also heard those things. Yeah. But in real life, one has to be more careful, because it's not end of it. It's a beginning of your career. It's not end of your career. Okay. It's not a do or die situation, because if that does not work out, you're not going to die. If you die, the problem is solved. Like if the soldiers died, the problem was solved. But you're going to live, and you're going to live with the consequences of your decisions. So that's why you have to have that plan B, that okay, it's not that do or die. If this does not work, I will go to next step. So that was my entire thing about the choice of the place where I want to do my residency. So as you can see from the entire journey, that it was not a choice by default. I had contemplated things, and what it turned out. Let's talk about how it all turned out. Like, was my worries and concerns relevant? Was it right, that the thoughts? So when I, after, as I said, I discussed about Germany. I found out information, whatever possible. Then I started applying for hospitation. before hospitation, I started learning the language. So I left my job as a medical officer in that village in Pune, and I moved to the city Pune, where I joined the Goethe Institute, so A1 level. So that was because I had no idea. I joined there, and there I met a couple of other doctors who were also planning for Germany, whom I'm still friends with. They have also become specialists and doing their own thing. One also tried to move to the UK, then came back after 2 years because Germany was still better than UK. So financial wise, lifestyle wise, work life balance wise. So moved back to Germany with his family. So um, yeah, so in there I started A1 level. In A1 level at Goethe Institute, I realized that the people who are around me in the batch, there was a batch of 18, 20 people, their motivation is different than my motivation. There are some people who wants to, the BA candidates, for example, Bachelor of Arts, they are interested in the language. They're learning it for the fun of it. They're learning it for their jobs as a translator or as a language teacher. And my motivation was different. I wanted to get done with it as soon as possible, and also did not have time because of lack of money. I was doing night duties in a hospital over there, and during the day I was going to classes. So basically, I was doing 12 hours duties night, and then next day, instead of going home and sleeping, I was going to classes directly from the duty to classes. In between, I used to brush sometimes, eat some breakfast, and go there to classes, where I used to study till like say 2 p.m. or something, and then I used to go home, and from say 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., 3 hours, 4 hours I used to sleep, and then again go to work. So this was the weekdays. Apart from the weekend, I used to have like more free time where I could study for the language. So this is what I continued. So that means there was not a lot of free movement for me, that I had some financial resources where I could do things. I could just sit home and study the language. No. So so I went there, and I saw that okay, at even level, it's taking so long. Everybody is just enjoying and like having fun, and I am somebody who is eagerly or desperately wanting to finish this, because only after B2 my journey will continue further. So I was desperately trying to finish it, and I could not tolerate that people are like enjoying fun, that they're playing around, learning the language. No, I was like to teach me fast and teach me good, and so that I can move further. So I did A1 there. After that, I quit A1. After like I did not continue over there. Went to private tutor, where I could go do things faster on my pace. So there I continue the same schedule, that night duties during the day class, but with a private tutor with a group of 3-4 students. So that is what I did. And from there, after I took around 8 months to finish till B2. And then when I was like around B1, B2, I started applying for hospitations. In fact, I think I was after B2, because that time I did not know that you could do these things before B2 as well. So till B2, journey was okay, complete B2, then anything else. Complete B2, then anything else. And I did not have time to think about, as I said, anything else. I completed B2. And then while preparing for C1, started applying for hospitations. And then I applied hospitations, like more than 500 hospitals. And then I got into one hospitation. So people who say that, okay, hospitations are not available, to them, it was not available 10 years back also. But still, with enough effort, I got it. And even today, now, with our consulting candidates, 60% of them get hospitation replies. But obviously they have to send emails. So it's not that you are getting, now you're not getting hospitation. It's not like that. Even now people get hospitation. Only thing is that you have to apply so much and rigorously. And the content that you write in your application, that also matters. The CV that you have prepared, that also matters. So things matter. The language level that you are at present, that also matters. So these things matter, and people get hospitation even now. As I said, many of our candidates in our consulting program have gotten hospitation and have come on basis of hospitation. Okay, so I send applications and moved to Germany because of that one hospitation. And when I came here, I realized that I did not know anything about the pathway. I had just passed my B2, like C1. In fact, by that time till I came, I had done my C1 as well, and I just came for hospitation. I had not sent my letter to like application to the medical council or the recognition authority. I did not know the difference. Who is responsible? What should I do? And that was the problem. I came here just for hospitation as on a tourist visa, on a visitor visa basically. So that means that visa could also not be extended. So when I came to Germany, I realized that what have I done? I've just came here as a tourist to do this hospitation. My documents are not there to the have not been sent because I don't know, and I did not know that I should send the documents, and I did not apply for the recognition of qualification visa. I did not even know it exists. I have not applied for national visa. I just applied for tourist because my idea was that I had gone to the US for electives for my clinical program 2 years or 3 years back, and that time I had applied for tourist visa, the B1 B2 visa it is called over there, and same was the concept over here. So that was the level of ignorance. So if you are in this journey and you already know that okay, you can do certain things before applying to before coming to Germany, or many things before coming to Germany, apply for deficit Bescheid, get deficit Bescheid, don't apply for tourist visa, have financial backing, finish language till B2. So when you know all these things beforehand, you are much ahead in knowledge wise in this pathway as I was when I was doing my pathway. All right. So the next part of how it went when I was in Germany, I came to Germany, that we will discuss in the next video. So when you watch this video, do tell me what do you think about the journey that I took, my decision. Was it good decision? Was it bad decision? Was it very ignorant decision? Or was it just a leap of faith? Or what is your point about this? What are you doing at present? If the questions are interesting and you really seek answer to it, I will make sure that I answer them in the next video. See you. Bye-bye.